Naseem, we come to this part where we talk about the evolution of the CISO's role. Now, you yourself are one of the youngest CISOs, handling a large gamut of. How has the experience been for you so far?
Well, I think when I started my career, security became fashion. I would say fascination for a couple of companies. They want to have one or two guys who will do certain security checks, and they will say, they are good at. But to be very honest, that checks don't, it's not having that much of weight to say no to something.
Okay.
From there, it's moved to a it's a regulatory compliance. If you consider BFSI industry, it's become a regulatory compliance that as regulator is asking, so we need to have a CISO, we need to have a team, we have to do all these things.
Right.
Nowadays, it's become a feature of your product. If you don't have this feature, I would say there are a lot of people in India itself. If they want to do business with you, they will ask, okay, what is your cybersecurity posture?
Right.
There are people I can recall, they will drop a mail and ask you, hey, can you delete my details?
Right.
So that way, cybersecurity has been changed from a good to have to mandatory requirement, or I'd say necessity of business.
True.
That is a change I have seen. I'm sure earlier I have seen most of the cases the IT guys become a cybersecurity guys, and they evolve as a cybersecurity guys, which is good.
Right.
But now slowly, if you see, earlier IT managing cybersecurity, now cybersecurity is managing IT, so things are getting changed actually.
True. Yeah, it has turned completely around. True, and I completely agree with you there. So cybersecurity has leapfrogged right into the boardroom. It becoming a compulsion on compliance and everything. So yeah, the future is very bright for CISOs, definitely.
Hope so.
True. Now, where is India in adoption of cybersecurity technologies in their businesses compared to developed nations?
Well, I would say India is doing well compared to other. I would say, especially the fintech organization. If I talk about in India, they are really doing well in terms of cybersecurity. I would say they are good in terms of. You can compare them with a fintech company in Singapore, which is the hub of fintech, right? If you see their cybersecurity posture, Indian fintech cybersecurity posture is really good. Yes, there are certain gaps. There are certain business has taken for their business requirement, and it will be there. It will be not only in India. It will be in any country can happen. But India is doing well. But still, there are a lot of work India as a nation need to do. There are few things I would say you can do as a business, but there are certain things you have to do as a country. Till the time cybersecurity is one thing, like let's say you got some attack, and if you're not sharing the details how you got it and from where you got this attack, other people cannot able to safeguard themselves. And the problem is that in India the culture is that if you share this thing, people will not consider this thing that, hey, I'm getting this input from him, I should thanks to him that he is sharing this information. People will say, okay, let try to exploit this information. Hey, this guy might be get attacked or might be get compromised, and they are sharing this information. I think this mindset need to be changed as a nation.
Interesting. Now, what according to you are the top 5 industries which have the highest exposure from cyber attacks?
I would say defense, the first one. Okay. I work in my initial days in a defense organization. Right. I have seen what kind of I would say targeted attack they receive today. Whatever APT, all these things we're talking about, I think in 2010, 2012, they are getting this kind of attack vectors at there. I believe defense is the first one. The second one will be the BFSI one. They are also getting targeted. Nowadays, e-commerce can be one area where people are targeting, and health is one more area. Most of the people are targeting because of I would say you can exploit those information in a different way. And I have seen one more area. I have seen media is also getting very much they're getting attacked to manipulate information, and or I would say they collect. I would say media people also have a lot of secret information about a public figure or might be some public incident. People, I have seen this attack has been increased these domains or these industries.
Okay. Interesting. Now, Naseem, how can CISOs implement a constant learning environment within their schedules, because they're already so busy? going up the ladder or going next in terms of learning? How can they go about implementing that?
I would say, for that, the best part is that creating a culture. Like, if we create a culture, like every day in the morning we woke up and we just, I would say hi to my mom, hi to my dad. Likewise, we have to have a culture that, hey, if something is not required, I should not install that app in my mobile. I should not install or I should not click any link. It's all about culture, right? And the problem is that we really don't know what's going to impact. Today, as a cybersecurity awareness session, if I take, I don't discuss anybody, and I'm not telling anybody that, hey, don't do that, don't do this, do that, do this. All these things I try to avoid. I always try to answer their practical life. Like, if let's consider, if your Facebook account is compromised, okay, they will say, okay, I have a password. They will say, okay, how we can compromise the password. So I cannot showcase that. Okay, let me give a link and let me hack your account and I can showcase. It's going to a different direction. It's better. There are a lot of online videos out there. You just refer them. Let's make them aware that how important is your Facebook account or how important is your email account. Why you should have a second factor in your email account, why you should have a second factor in your social media account.
Right.
And all of these things are provided by, I would say free of cost, right? But yes, nothing is free of cost. If they are providing some service to you, they are also taking something from you.
Definitely.
So we have to understand those things. We have to focus on the, our own practices. I've seen, a lot of my friends, do a lot of, newest gadget for automation. Even I do home automation, but you have to have certain limit that, hey, I will pass only this much of information. There was in Intel world, there's called profiling. Believe me, if you have profiling details of any human being, you can do anything about that person.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can basically, trigger and control what to sell, what not to sell. Absolutely, you're right there. True. Interesting. Well, Naseem, thank you so much for sharing about the evolution of the CISO's role and the kind of things they're going to be handling currently and in the future. So thank you for sharing about that.